Good morning from Yummy BTV. Sending loads of love to you all, of course, TikTok. We continue this morning with my series, part 2 of some of the hardest, toughest, even slickest fighters I ever saw and met during my institutional prison stay for all those years. So this morning, we talk Carl the Dread Robinson from East London, I believe. Kind of 5'10", 11", very athletic, good at all sports. A big Arsenal fan, right? Kind of good looking as well. Charismatic, cool and calm, collective, with presence and aura in abundance, right? He hardly even talks, but a great thinker. Now, I put Carl the Dread in there, right? Simply because of this. Not the biggest man. Thomas Mullin wasn't a big man. Dave Bowman wasn't a big man. There's many men that are athletic and slim that I believe could beat up a lot of heavyweights, right? First story was in the catAs. There was beef with another crowd from the outside, and I think the Dread had someone else with him, but I think he wasn't doing a sentence in the case. I think he was on remand, right? I can't really remember. No, he definitely wasn't doing a sentence. And that old beef from the outside, there were 4 others in the jail at that time. When the Dread and his mate bumped into them 4, it all kicked off. The other side were all throwing punches at him and his mate. His mate was holding a couple and keeping them off. The Dread was kind of fighting with the other 2. Now, while they were swinging punches, the Dread was doing this. So slick, so calm, in such a really high, tense situation. First things first. Then, and he was talking at the same time they were throwing punches. When they started to get a little bit frustrated, he started to say, "What do you want next? The left hand or the right hand?" And started to deliver some big blows. I've never seen nothing like that in that kind of style. I've seen a lot in my time, right? But I practically wanted to fall on the floor laughing, right? So, yeah, fair to say, let's tell the truth here, he got the better of everyone. Now, the second time, we was in a holding cell. We'd been coming back from court in another jail, right? Few people in the holding cell waiting to be collected to go back to the wing, and a couple of kids come in. There was an old man there, about 65, right? The Dread came in. "You all right, Yummy?" "Yeah, Dread, everything cool," kind of thing. The 2 kids started to mock the older man. The Dread stepped in and said, "Listen, stand up." He said, "What you bullying the old man for?" And 2 uppercuts, bang, bang. It didn't look too powerful, but the speed and the delivery and the accuracy left them all on the floor, right? So that was that bit. Another time, he was coming through a religious service, and someone tried to creep up on him at the end of the service. They tried to do it in front of the screws. The Dread must have eyes in the back of his head, because as the geezer was coming like that, someone went, "Yo," I think. But I think the Dread knew already, right? The Dread sidestepped, turned around, grabbed his hand, took the knife out. All the screws were looking. He threw the knife on the floor and just walked calmly through the door, right? There's even rumours in his young days. I don't know if this bit's true, right? He went to meet with a rival firm in a crowded park, right? And as they were walking towards each other, they were meant to be reaching for weapons or whatever, or it was going to be on, or he realised that he might have been outnumbered. By the time they blinked, the Dread he disappeared into thin air like a puff of smoke. They say that he was in the trees, but they had to leg it because they couldn't. I don't know if that bit's true. I can't go too deep into that, but that is a legendary story from the young days, right? And I heard it a few places, but I find that funny, and it does suit what I saw from him in prison. There is another story, but I put the dread at the top of the tree. A good-hearted man, doesn't like bullies. No one really played about there, to be honest, right? So, yeah, I big up the dread today. His style is pretty unique. Loads of love.